everyone, welcome back to 5 Minute Korean and welcome to the second installment of our series called Squid Game and Korea's Reality. So for today, we'll be zooming into an issue that was brought to life by the character of Byeok, a North Korean defector. So they are Koreans from the north that flee their country to settle abroad. And that act is actually considered a betrayal of the nation and is punishable by lifetime sentence or death. So that is not an easy feat because North Koreans would have to pass through China and sometimes several other countries too, because as we all know, the border between the north and the south is closed, not to mention heavily guarded. So according to the Ministry of Unification, as of 2020, there are about 33,752 North Korean defectors in South Korea. So North Korean defectors actually face a lot of different struggles upon getting to South Korea. So that includes adapting to the South Korean culture, trying to figure out the transportation system and the banking system, and trying to find a job. But among all these struggles, one issue that was highlighted by Squid Game was the language difference.
엄마 아버지 꼭 오실 거다. 누나가 꼭 그렇게 만들 거야. 내년엔 우리 다 같이 모여서 한 집에서 살게 될 거다. 누나 알지? 누나 약속하면 꼭 지키는 거.
So if you notice, Byeok only uses this North Korean accent with her brother. She avoids using it with other South Koreans. And some say this is because there's also this stigma attached to North Korean defectors. So some people think maybe you're just a spy, or maybe you're communist, you're trying to influence and destroy the democracy in South Korea and so on and so forth. So there's this stigma. So as much as possible, they try to adapt the South Korean accent. And some people say that's what Byeok was also trying to do, trying to fit in the South Korean society. So after the World War II, more than 70 years since the separation of the North and the South, their languages also drifted apart, with the South Korean language getting heavy influence from the Western countries and other foreign languages, whereas on the other hand, the North Korean language getting not much influence, if nothing at all, from other foreign languages. So North Korea still tries to keep the traditional Korean, far from the influence of other foreign languages. And because of this difference in the development and difference in the international relations, this also created a linguistic divide between the North Korean language and the South Korean language. And that is why you have the KongLish, Korean English. That's why South Koreans say ice cream, or they say shopping, or they say pizza. Okay, so these are all Western influences. So because of the growing number of North Korean defectors and also because of the intensifying struggles that they have to face because of the communication gap, there are actually a lot of advocacies or projects in place to solve this. Number one is the Univoca app. So this is an application made by two companies, and the goal was to help the North Korean defector students who are struggling in understanding the high school textbooks in Korea. It was an application which the North Korean defectors or refugees could refer to for them to easily understand the terms in the books. And another project that has been going on for so many years already is a Gyoremal Grand Dictionary. So this is a project by the government of North and South Korea. So it is a joint publication which the North and the South could use as reference. So this will be a unified dictionary containing about 300,000 terms. And the goal is to reduce the linguistic divide between the North and South Korean language. And hopefully, if or when they reunite in the future, this could also serve as a reference to avoid conflicts brought about by the communication gap. So we hope that Squid Game continues to be that instrument through which conversations and dialogues centering on the issues of the North Korean defectors and refugees are given light to. So we hope you enjoyed this video. We hope that you continue to stay tuned in this channel for the following episodes of our series, Squid Game and Korea's Reality. 안녕히 계세요.